of whether you could describe an example of a typical project you would work on, or even a typical day, whichever you want to describe. Thank you.
Typical day is impossible. I'm just going to stop you right there, Kendra. But I think a typical project that I work on is probably more instructionally based. I'm going to give you one kind of like cookie cutter mandatory thing, and then I'm going to give you one out of the box thing. So for those wanting to be an administrator or a leader, right, or just work in education in general, I always want to see my students do better. So I'm constantly evaluating data. How are they performing right now? For example, our semester just ended. So a project that I have right now is triangulating different data sources with student performance and trying to really drill down to figure out what's going on for students in my classes. So let's imagine for a moment that there's a data set that shows how many students are passing, right? That's a scholarship report. There's another data report that shows you how their average attendance, right, on a daily basis. There are third and fourth level data reports that show you about student behavior, self-perception. And my school does a lot of work around social and emotional learning because they're artists, and so there's a lot of feelings in the mix. And getting a sense of those feelings and identity and student performance and bringing them all together, you can find those points. And so what I do with that is then you have to delegate to folks in the building, because doing it all yourself will burn you out. This is a rule for teachers. It's a rule for administrators. It's a rule for everybody. You must balance the work between yourself and others. So I have folks on my team who are charged with figuring out exactly how to intervene, whether it's in classrooms, in extracurricular activities for those students that aren't quite making it. They may require mental health or therapeutic supports. They may require academic supports. They may require something social, right, as an intervention with family, with teachers, with their peers in certain cases. And so as a school leader, you have to think about, how do I attack a problem from every possible side, knowing that the one size fits all approach will never truly work. And then an outside of the box example very quickly is, this is like the 50th anniversary of hip hop. I grew up making mixtapes in my hometown. Yes, I am what I look like. I am a Japanese Jewish American male, cisgendered. And with those things said, I grew up with a deep affinity for hip hop, specifically like early 90s stuff. And I happen to be the principal in charge of the school where Mobb Deep, Pharoah Monch, Fabulous, and a whole bunch of others graduated from. So there's like a historical legacy. So what I'm trying to do is bring back a bunch of old hip hop heads, connect with graffiti culture, which art and design is actually has a huge influence on, and then do this like set of very complicated murals, as well as our fashion show, as well as connect with the Horticultural Society. And on our rooftop, we're going to have a accumulating event in the middle of spring where we bring it all together. And it's like, you can do sustainability, hip hop, celebratory work, and focus on identity, and really make it something special. So it's like, yes, there's the day-to-day student performance, and then there's the things that make your experience like one of a kind. And that's kind of the goal for each and every one.